All right, let's jump right in. Think about this for a second. In all the quiet corners of countless homes all across Sri Lanka, there's this hidden treasure, right? A huge, untapped resource of knowledge and stories just waiting to be rediscovered. Today, we're going to explore a really simple but kind of profound idea to unlock it all. So let's start with a number. And honestly, it's a pretty staggering one. Community-based estimates suggest there are over 14 million, 14 million unused books just sitting in households across Sri Lanka. I mean, that's millions of novels, textbooks, poetry collections, all just gathering dust. Their stories totally locked away. This isn't just a statistic, it's the scale of a massive sleeping library. And this quote, this gets to the very heart of the whole idea. Books are not meant to be owned, but to be read. It's a powerful way to think, right? It shifts our whole perspective from just possessing something to actually participating in it. It really sets the stage for a cultural shift built on sharing. So what's the real scale of this forgotten library we're talking about? Well, from Colombo all the way to Jaffna, tucked away in cupboards and attics, these books represent a huge cultural asset. I mean, just imagine, first editions of classics, old-school encyclopedias, all of them slowly yellowing, their potential just lost with every single year that passes. This really reframes how we should see these private collections. They're not just personal property, they're a form of national, intellectual wealth. You know, a first edition of a classic novel just sitting unused in someone's house, that's described as a cultural loss. It's almost like a neglected historical site. And the crucial point here is this wealth is totally unshared and, honestly, it's at risk of just decaying into nothing. But what if there was an elegant solution to all this? And that brings us to a really simple yet incredibly powerful idea. A national, weekly book exchange day. It's a plan to take all those forgotten books and just breathe new life into them, turning them from these static objects into a dynamic, flowing river of knowledge. And here's the concept in a nutshell. We designate a day, let's say every Monday, where people all over the island can take their unused books to local hubs, places like libraries, schools, maybe even temples. And the goal, well, it's simple: to exchange, to donate, and to get knowledge circulating freely and easily. Now, the beauty of this whole idea is how accessible it is. I mean, its greatest strength is its simplicity. The entire system is built on it. There are no complicated forms to fill out, no fees, no red tape, nope. It's powered by the most effective engine there is, just pure community trust. You bring a book, you take a book. It's that simple and organic. Okay, so it sounds great in theory, right? But how would it actually work in practice? Let's take a look at the blueprint for turning this vision into a real, functioning thing. You know, the logistics are actually refreshingly straightforward. On Mondays, libraries just open a bit early. People drop their books into clearly marked book exchange boxes. You'd have volunteer teams, I'm thinking students, retirees, scouts, helping manage the flow. Local councils and schools would help get the word out. Then libraries sort the books, maybe once a month. And you could even have mobile vans take this river of knowledge out into remote villages. It's a model that can absolutely scale up and last. Now, the impact of an idea like this goes so far beyond just swapping some paperbacks. The real power is in the ripple effect it would create throughout the whole society. It's about sparking something much, much bigger than a simple transaction. I mean, think about it. This simple act could create such a powerful ripple effect. For starters, it has the potential to totally revive the national reading habit, especially for kids who've grown up in the digital age. It could connect older generations who have these amazing libraries with younger folks who are hungry for knowledge. It could rejuvenate thousands of underfunded rural libraries, help us rediscover literary works that have been out of print for ages, and maybe even foster a sense of national unity.
And this is a really crucial point. This is not charity. It is circulation of culture. This isn't some top-down program. It's a grassroots movement. It's about empowering communities to take ownership and share their own intellectual heritage.
And I absolutely love this point. In an age where everything is just a fleeting digital post, this whole initiative is about something tangible, something that lasts. When an elder passes on a book that they cherished, it's more than a book. It's a transfer of legacy. Like the source says, histories are passed down through the sacred intimacy of the printed word. A social media feed can just never, ever replicate that.
So the bottom line is that books can be this profound tool for unity. A storybook from a family down in Gali could end up in the hands of a child up in Barikaloa. And by exchanging stories, communities can start to understand each other on a much deeper level. A nation that reads together really can grow together. Okay, so as we start to wrap this up, let's just think about the long-term vision. This is about way more than just a weekly event. It's about building a lasting legacy. It's about transforming a simple idea into a nationwide cultural movement.
The project's real strength lies in how it's powered. See, this isn't your typical government program that needs massive budgets and complicated policies. Not at all. It's social innovation. Its power doesn't come from state spending. It comes from the community's own spirit and generosity. It's people-powered, and that is what makes it so resilient.
Which really leaves us with this final, profound question. When we think about legacy, about all the things we pass on, what is the most valuable gift one generation can truly leave for the next? Isn't it the tools for wisdom, empathy, and imagination?
At the end of the day, unlocking these 14 million forgotten books, it's not just about reviving a reading habit. It's about circulating culture, connecting communities, and preserving a nation's intellectual heritage. Because ultimately, a country that keeps its books alive, well, that's a country that keeps its soul